Gamification is a term that is used these days to describe the application of game mechanics to real-world situations. A quick way to think of it is, how would you change things if you were to treat your students, your employees, or say your customers as players to try and make it into a game for them, to motivate them to do the types of tasks that you want them to do and make it more compelling and enjoyable of an experience for them. Just to give some basic examples, a stamp card. So you have a card that you keep in your wallet and it has 10 spots. Every time you purchase a certain item at a certain store, they will give you a stamp. Like say it's a combo or a sandwich. And after you've bought 10, then you get the 11th one for free. You give them the card that's full of the stamps and you can redeem it for one free. And so this is a type of early loyalty program. Now, loyalty programs have gotten more complicated. Sometimes they've developed basically their own virtual currency. Canadian Tire is an example of this, where every time you buy something at Canadian Tire, they will give you paper money with that's only good in Canadian Tire. So it'll be typically like 10 cents, but it's in the shape of a bill, or 50 cents, something like that. And you can collect it up and you can use it in Canadian Tire just as though it were real money. But you can only use it at Canadian Tire, so it helps keep you coming back and buying more. A more advanced level of this type of program is when they decided to abstract it even more. So you have something that in Canada, we used to have this popular game or loyalty program called Club Z. And the way it worked was every time you bought something at the department store Zellers, you would get points. Now, with points, you don't necessarily know what the monetary value of a single point is. And it can change because every time the Club Z catalog, rewards catalog came out, they could assign different level of points to redeem each type of item that was a reward. Basically, the rewards were things that they sold at the store. So this gave them a lot more control, and also when you're accumulating like thousands of points, it seems like a lot. So it was more compelling and gave the companies more control over how they wanted to motivate people into buying certain products. They would give them extra points for that, things like that. Now, there is a mobile application that exists called Foursquare. Now, if you haven't heard of it before, it's something that you load onto your phone, and whenever you enter into a restaurant or a coffee shop or a department store, you can check in using the application, and it will verify that you're where you are based off of the mobile locator in your phone. So basically, you're giving up your personal information to this application. You're saying, yeah, I'm here right now at this location, and it creates a record. Why would you do that? Well, you get points every time you check into a location. Some places give you incentives like you'll get 10% off of ice cream if you check in with Foursquare. But mostly it was because you would get recognition. If you were the Foursquare user that checked in more times than any other Foursquare user at a specific location, you became the mayor of that location. And some people use that as bragging, right? Saw it as a status symbol. There's other fun things that they built into the system, like if you go to 5 different Starbucks locations, then you unlock a badge, the barista badge. So Starbucks basically paid or worked with Foursquare to get that promotional reward badge put into the system. There's no intrinsic value in sharing your personal data like that I can think of. Sometimes on a rare occasion, a person could notice one of their friends is at a coffee shop that's near where they currently are, and they could go meet up. But that doesn't happen very often from what I understand. Mostly it's about the game mechanics. People play it as a game. I'm not a Foursquare user, just in case you wanted to know my username. I don't play Foursquare. But it is a good example for how you can kind of drive behavior. And even if the activity in itself does not have any intrinsic value, you can still motivate people to do it sometimes if you have a compelling enough game.